You probably know Mike Tyson, right? One of the greatest boxers ever, nearly unstoppable in the late 1990s. He earned over $400 million in his career. But here's what most people miss. His story isn't just about losing millions. It's a warning for all of us. Every year you don't get this right. You're not just risking money. You're trading away years of freedom. According to CNBC, nearly 70% of lottery winners end up broke within just a few years. It's not about how much you make. It's about what you keep and what you do with it. So, why do some people earning $50,000 retire wealthier than six-figure earners? I'm breaking down 5 of the most overlooked money truths from Morgan Housel's The Psychology. Money, with real numbers, real stories, and concrete steps you can use. Seriously, miss just one of these lessons, and you might be giving up decades of financial peace. Ready to see how everyday people win and why so many high earners lose? Let's get started. Step 1. You're not fully in control. Let's get real for a minute. We all want to believe we control our financial destiny, work hard, make smart choices, stay disciplined, and success is automatic. But that's not always true. Luck and risk play a much larger role in your financial story than most people want to admit. Take Bill Gates in high school. He and his friend Kent Evans were both incredibly bright, obsessed with computers, dreaming of building a tech empire together. But before they could even graduate, Kent tragically died in a mountaineering accident. One random event shifted everything. Gates also went to one of the few high schools in the country with a computer in the 1960s, when almost no one had access. One lucky break and a piece of tragic bad luck. Did Gates work hard? Absolutely. Was he smart? No question. But would any of us be here talking about Microsoft if he'd been born somewhere else? Probably not. This happens everywhere. We see successful people and think, they did X, Y, and Z. So if I mimic their actions, I'll get their results. But we ignore the invisible factors. Family, timing, chance, even fate. On the flip side, think about famous stock trader Jesse Livermore. The guy made millions in the roaring 20s, lost it, built it back, then saw it vanish again. The Great Depression hit, and he was wiped out, one of the richest traders in history, ultimately left with nothing. Here's the hard truth. Success is never 100% skill, and failure is never 100% stupidity. Why does this matter for you? Because according to research by Fidelity, nearly 60% of Americans say an unexpected event has set them back financially in the past decade. It's not just about making smart moves. Sometimes, luck and risk are the silent partners in your finances. But don't let that paralyze you. The real action step is this. Every month, do a quick financial risk review. List your top 3 biggest money risks, like job loss, medical emergencies, or debt, and rate how prepared you are on a scale of 1 to 5. Then pick one weakness to fix this month. Maybe it's boosting your emergency fund or updating your insurance. That's how you shape your odds, by preparing for what you can't control. Comment below. What's your number 1 fear about losing money, even if you're not rich yet? Scroll through the comments and you'll see almost everyone has one. Step 2. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. We all love stories about people who make it big. The entrepreneur who starts a business in their garage and ends up worth $1 billion. The overnight stock market legend. The social influencer who suddenly blows up. But have you ever noticed just how many of those stories end the same way? Riches. Then ruined Mike Tyson lost it all by 2003. Nicolas Cage burned through $150 million. Professional investors, celebrities, tech millionaires. Anyone can get rich. But staying rich is an entirely different skill. And this isn't just for celebrities. According to a 2023 study by U.S. Bank, nearly 60% of Americans with 6-figure incomes still live paycheck to paycheck. The reason? Getting wealthy requires taking risk. Staying wealthy demands avoiding risk and acting with humility. Let's break it down. To build wealth, you often have to take a leap, launching a business, investing in stocks, negotiating for more. You need optimism. Think about Jeff Bezos quitting Wall Street to sell books online, or Elon Musk pouring everything from PayPal into Tesla and hitting financial rock bottom before his ideas took off. Every success story has that bet the farm moment. But here's the trap. Once people have money, they keep taking risks, thinking their luck or skills are permanent. They get greedy, over-leveraged, convinced the good times will never stop. Enter Sam Bankman-Fried, built FTX, once worth $26 billion, then lost it all in a matter of months after massive, reckless risks. Most people fall into that trap in small ways, too. Keep chasing the next big investment, trying to time markets. Going deeper into debt thinking next year's bonus will save them. But take Warren Buffett. Over $100 billion to his name. Yet his mindset is all about survival, not hype. He avoids crazy risks, hates losing money more than he likes making it, and plays the slow, patient game. According to Morgan Housel's research, the average lifespan of fortune among the ultra-wealthy is barely 2 generations. Most fortunes vanish because people forget how to play defense. Bottom line, building wealth means taking risks, but keeping it means learning when to stop gambling. Stepping back and letting time do the work. Micro-action. Write down one financial risk you took to get where you are. Then write down one risk you refuse to take going forward. That's your wealth defense plan. But wait, the wildest lesson isn't just about the rich. Coming up, you'll hear how everyday savers beat high earners at their own game. There's a janitor story you won't believe. If this is making sense, drop a like or share this with someone who needs to hear it. Step 3. Save money for freedom. Let's talk about saving money. Don't tune out. This isn't the tired, skip Starbucks lecture. Here's the truth most people never hear. Saving money isn't just delayed spending. It's buying back your freedom. The average American can't cover a $1,000 emergency. According to a national bank rate survey, over 57% would be in deep trouble with a minor crisis. But even a small emergency fund, just 6 months of expenses, gives you the power to walk away from toxic jobs, bad landlords, or relationships that hold you back. No, you don't need to be a millionaire to have freedom. I know 2 people, one with 0 savings, trapped in a paycheck-to-paycheck job they hate. Another with $15,000 saved who walked away the moment things turned ugly at work. No panic, just peace. That's the real difference in quality of life. Some people call this the FU fund, a pile of cash that allows you to say no whenever you want. That's not just a good financial tip, it's a life upgrade. You won't get Instagram likes for transferring $500 to your emergency stash. But you'll sleep better. Saving money isn't flashy, but it frees you. Action step. Pause this video, open your Notes app or grab paper, and calculate your 6-month living expense number, how much you spend in an average month. Times 6. Write it down, that number is your real goal, not a fancy watch or car. If you have it, you have options, and no one controls you. Wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how much freedom you keep. Step 4. Wealth is what you don't see. Pop quiz. Regular guy, works at a gas station and mops floors, drives a beater car, never splurges. You'd assume he's barely scraping by, right? That was Ronald Reed, a Vermont janitor who passed away in 2014. When the dust settled, his will shocked everyone. He left $8 million behind. How? He quietly invested for decades, never showed off, rarely spent, and let compounding do its magic. According to CNBC, over 56% of American millionaires say their friends and co-workers have no idea how wealthy they are. Why? Because wealth is what you don't see, the money you never spent, the investments quietly compounding in the background. We see a new Ferrari and think, that person must be loaded. But we have no clue if they're drowning in debt to look rich. Buying expensive stuff is easy. Just swipe a card or sign a loan. Building real wealth is harder. It's invisible, and that makes it lonely at times. But it's also liberating. You don't need others' approval. Warren Buffett could buy a string of mansions if he wanted, but he still lives in the same Omaha house he bought in 1958. Why? Because he values freedom over flexing, micro-action. Every time you wanted to splurge on something big, pause for 24 hours. Ask yourself, am I buying this to impress others or is it for my own joy? 9 out of 10 times, you'll make a better decision. The next story is even crazier. One trait links almost all quiet millionaires, and it's not their salary. Stick around. This is the lesson that lets normal earners retire decades ahead of the crowd. If you've ever made one of these mistakes, or nearly did, share your story below or hit the like button. Let others know they're not alone. Step 5. Emotions matter. Let's clear up a myth. Personal finance isn't just math, spreadsheets, or cold logic. It's emotions, fear, greed, anxiety, excitement. Research by Vanguard shows that over 70% of investment returns are tied not to strategy, but to investor behavior, how you handle the ups and downs, not just what you buy. Here's the most rational investment plan. Dump every dollar in the stock market and never touch it. In theory, you'll always win over 40 to 50 years. But when the market drops 40% in a crash, what do most people do? They panic, pull out, and lock in losses. That's why most investors fail, not because they picked the wrong stock, but because they couldn't stomach the roller coaster. That's why reasonable beats rational. Being perfectly rational is irrelevant if you bail the second things get rough. A reasonable plan you can stick with is 100 times better than a perfect plan you abandon. Buffett proves it. He doesn't chase high-flying tech or wild risks. He sleeps well by investing in things he understands and trusts. You have to find a plan that fits your emotions. And resist the myth that you can become a money robot. Real story. A friend of mine spent years hunting the perfect investment. Always reading, comparing, waiting for the best. He ended up stuck. Analysis paralysis. Meanwhile, someone else put money into a simple index fund and left it alone. Guess who came out ahead? The one who took reasonable action, not the one who waited for perfection. Action. Set up an automatic transfer, even $25 a month, into an investment or high-yield savings account. Remove your emotions by making it automatic. Comment if you've ever worried your savings might not last. If you've had that late-night financial anxiety, trust me, you're not alone. We've covered the 5 most underrated money truths. Next, I'll lay out a quick action plan you can start now, and a free resource that'll help you finally get ahead. Remember, the best time to start is always yesterday. Second best, right now. Screenshot this framework or jot down one step you'll implement. Let's make financial peace normal for everyone. Quick recap. These 5 lessons from the psychology of money can change everything. Understanding you're not fully in control sharpens your risk awareness. Knowing that getting rich and staying rich require opposite mindsets saves fortunes. Saving for freedom, not just stuff, opens up your life options. Remember, real wealth is what you don't see, not what you show off. And your emotions, how you handle fear, greed, and uncertainty, matter even more than the numbers. Now here are your action steps. Today, identify your biggest financial risk and how prepared you are for it. Just 5 minutes. Pen and paper. This week, calculate your 6-month emergency fund target and start an automatic transfer. No matter how small, over the next month. Every time you want to splurge, pause for 24 hours. Then check if you're impressing others or truly improving your life. Over the next year, track your emotional reactions to money decisions. Journal or note when anxiety hits, and tweak your system so you can stick with it consistently. I've put together a free emergency fund checklist. It's a simple 1-page guide on how much to save and where to keep it. You don't need to give your email. Just grab it via the link in the description. Download it and pin it somewhere you'll see it often. When can you expect results? If you start these micro steps today, you'll gain more financial control in just weeks. And in 6 to 12 months, you'll have a real buffer and more peace of mind. Remember, this is about progress, not perfection. Each smart decision compounds over time. to join a growing community crushing these money myths. Subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll dig into the exact systems behind smart investing and hidden money leaks in my next videos. If you found this practical, comment your #1 money takeaway below, hit like, and share this with anyone who'd benefit. The more we normalize smart money habits, the more freedom we give each other. This content is for educational purposes, not financial advice. Always do your research and consult a professional for your unique financial situation.